I think everything sounds okay.
That's good.
Who the fuck cares?
If it
Get
does,
it
are you
going,
good?
Are you good?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'll make it sound good.
All right. Here. Okay. So I like that I get to do this with you because we're all dicks. We can be dicks. I don't have to like hold myself back at all. Basically, you can say whatever the fuck you want. All right. If you fuck up and you say names, we just beep it like a murder face beep.
Okay.
You know,
okay. Cool. Like if I say somebody's name in a beat way.
Yeah.
Like Schwalik always spreads his butt, and then we
will not.
He doesn't want that.
We will not.
He doesn't want that on
eliminate
here.
that. We will not. eliminate
Schwalik's
that.
gonna get incriminated for spreading that butt a lot. That's the way it is. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
Josh is gonna be pumped on that, I'm sure.
So just if you're gonna yell or anything into the microphone, just back up a little bit when you do. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I know.
I'm a loud son of a bitch anyway, so we'll see what happens.
Dave's never used a microphone before.
I sang for the first time in a studio in an actual, like, I don't want to say actual photo or vocal booth, but a crafted vocal booth that was functioning properly. 2 months ago, maybe.
Okay.
It's the first time. I've recorded vocals myself just for shits with a mic in hand, and it sounded like shit. And but it was the mic, not me. I'm badass. No, but it was just like
Sure.
Yeah, sure I am.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
and you'll never know because I'll never sing
Sure.
for you, Pat.
Sure.
Sure. But anywho, no, that was weird, dude. Actually recording the backing vocals and being standing there, and I'm like, Joe, this is how you do this. And he's like, I got it, man. Chill. And he manned the controls, and it was fine. But it was weird being in the booth. I was like, I'm about to sing in front of multiple people right now that I've been in a band with for 10 years, and they've never, ever heard my voice, ever. And now it's go time. But I know I can sing. I know I've been singing for a little while now, and I only ever sing like Dream Theater and Symphony X and shit. So I was like, and I can't sing as good as those guys, but that's all I ever want to sing like. So I was like, I can do high register stuff. I swear I can. And they're just like, okay.
Because your voice, you're like, you sound like you've been smoking all your life.
And it lends itself to when I do high register singing because you have to have rasp when you do it. And I don't get a choice. I have to. Into the damnation game!
Right?
Yeah, sure. I still want to do a cover of Awakenings. But I'm going to sing.
What's that one? How the fuck does that go?
Lyrics.
How's it start?
It's immediately vocals. Oh, what's the first words? That's not a good start if I'm going to cover it.
I want to say the.
No, it's...
or...
Oh, no, it's needless to say. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Needless to say... Da-dun-dun-dun. I don't know.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
That's one of the lines.
Riff, but that's one of the lines, right? That might be later in the song.
Hi. That sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah, that what you just did.
All right, now we got to pay some royalties to Disney now.
That's fun.
All right, can I fucking start this thing? God,
please start it.
Let me get my drinks over here.
Say,
Jesus fucking
fuck you.
We got to make the studio environment nice and uncomfortable, you know, and really.
I always do the intro
formal for no reason,
and it doesn't. It always just tenses up who's ever. I know you're not gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, I get tense. Sure,
I know. I'm taking my glasses off so I can't see your pretty face.
I shaved for you today. Stace will vouch for it. Not my pussy. My face. You jack.
You almost said dick. Good thing you caught it. All right, I'm starting it.
We have to bleep that out.
My actual one.
I'm starting it. Good morning, good evening, or good riddance. Welcome to the Spire Riffcast, where we'll be discussing all things metal, non-metal, and every point in between. With this podcast, we hope to lift the veil on our world in metal music and dig into some topics we've wanted to share with all of you. This will be informal, this one especially, so please take our content with a grain of salt and a sense of humor. Right now, you are listening to the Drunkcast, episode 9. Yeah, we're doing a Drunkcast now.
You mean Frig-Cast?
Yeah, I am frigged Spire guitarist Pat Young, and I'm here with 1000% wicked not frigged guitarist Zach Town, and our guest is Maxxed with 3 X's, Maxxed-out drummer of Oswego's Perpetual Burn, Dave Reid. Let's riff. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Pat.
That was beautiful.
And Zach, what's good, guys?
My eye.
Good luck tonight. This is going to get fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if this is going to be a keeper. Good
Oh,
thing
this
it's
is
not
going to be
live.
a keeper. We're going to make it a keeper, Pat. I
Guaranteed.
promise.
Okay. I want to start off by asking, I already asked you like 20 times in the car right down.
It's okay.
How do you pronounce that thing that you have that you're drinking?
Oh, Di Serono.
Di Serono?
Yeah, Di Serono.
Di Serono.
I'm a bitch.
That's how you say it?
Di Serono.
It looks like how it's supposed to be said.
How it's said, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was
Di
weird.
Serono. No, it's not weird.
Corvassier is weird. So
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's a cognac.
Cognac, yeah. It's a cognac.
All right. Yeah, and Dave, you're knocking on me because I was drinking. I'm not. We don't owe these people money by saying.
Oh my god!
I'm drinking the bum beverage.
You're drinking my fucking past 4 years at work away.
Labatt Ice.
I don't work for Labatt, by the way. I work for Burn Dairy. I do
Okay.
paperwork at 5 a.m. at Burn Dairy in Oswego, and all I see is homeless guys and alcoholics of all types buying Max Ice and Labatt Ice and Natty Daddies and shit as they're cracking them before they walk out the fucking door, shaking. The second
They got the shakes.
the second that can cracks, you see them just go, and the
Like
shakes are
Requiem for a
gone.
Dream.
The alcohol hasn't even touched their lips yet, and they're done shaking. They're like, no, I'm good now, because they know it's coming.
So that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a drink that's cheaper with more alcohol in it than the actual Labatt.
Yeah,
So
dude,
that's
it's
how you know
what,
it's a bum
$1.19 opposed to $1.79?
Yes.
For the 24. What a nightmare.
I thought they only came in 5-packs because the bums would just jack them. At least
Oh,
one.
bums jack them. Actually, here's a good story that I didn't tell you about earlier today, so this is good. My overnighter, the lady that works like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., okay? So I go into work this morning, and she goes, I got a good story for you. She goes, seemingly dead sober, looked like he's in college kid, walked in today, and there's no one in the store. It's like, probably 3:30 in the morning or whatever. And she's standing there, and he walks in right by her. She's standing 5 feet from the front door behind the counter. He walks back, and he goes and he gets a 30 rack of beer. He goes to walk out, and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, you can't buy that. And he goes, oh, that's okay. I'm sorry. I have to take this, though. And he walks right out the fucking door. Just right out the front door. Like, it's no big deal. Just walks out, and she goes out after him. But not in like a fucking,
Like
I'm
a
going to
hero
fight this
way?
guy way. No hero way, because she's not a hero.
Not a heroin
But
way.
She goes outside.
Female
Yeah, I
way?
guess whatever.
Heroin
Hero,
way.
I don't care.
Yeah, she likes being a hero. It's a heroin addict. She's a heroin addict. She needs to
Sure.
do it all the time.
Okay. So she goes outside and she goes, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing? And says it like that to this dude too. And he just goes, sorry, gotta have it. And
Sorry,
leaves.
gotta have
and
it?
just strolls away.
Was he, like,
and she's
toothless and
"Okay."
tatted?
Nope. She said he was like, he looked like he was sober. And he was a young kid.
You can still be sober and toothless and tatted. It's just a very low percentage that you would be.
I'm inclined to disagree with that based on my customer base.
His natty daddy comes in and defends him.
I think we need to clarify because I don't know what a natty daddy is.
Natty Daddy is a natural, I think it's made by.
There's nothing natural about that.
No, it's
All right,
not. But the company is like the
it's
guys that make
Natural
Natty
Light.
Ice and
Yeah,
Natty
yeah,
Light and
Natty
shit.
Light, yeah.
Make something called the Natty Daddy. And it's dog shit. It
sounds like a candy, like a sugar
as
daddy.
cheap as it gets beer. It's like it to me it seems like it took the spot of like Big Bear 40s and Old English and shit. Like that was the desperate man's like under the bridge drink. You know what I mean? And now Natty Daddy's just took took that market away from him. Well, who gives a shit?
Market.
The market, the getting
market
blackout at 2 p.m. under the Oswego River Bridge market, which is surprisingly a lot of guys in Oswego.
Market, yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about Oswego? People are weird and flaky. I don't know.
It's tough, man. It's a tough place. It's one of those places where one person will go, I know for a fact, every single person everywhere in the world, it's just like here. I know for a fact, all the scumbags and the weird shit or whatever you see in Oswego, don't move away to get away from that, because you're going to see it in every little town you go to. And then that same person 30 minutes later will be going, yeah, but Oswego's not quite the same. And I'm going, make your fucking mind up. Oswego is one of the fucking sketchiest places I've ever been in my life. I've been all over this fucking country, dude. And Oswego
Mike
just
Rowe
is
from Dirty
fucking
Jobs.
weird, dude.
His
It's
like a
weird.
job today is driving through Oswego.
It's fucking weird. You see some weird shit there. And I know I work in like an already interesting spot in the city that is surrounded by a high density of like, how to put this nicely?
Founded by the fathers of Natty.
No.
Founding
I
Natty
got a good way to
fathers.
put it. Citizens living off of government assistance.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. There's a
Is there
very
an acronym for that?
very high. Yeah.
Can you put it to scum?
Scumbag is the acronym I was going to say. Scammer. People that scam the government.
Also
Yeah.
comes to
All right,
mind.
see?
People that come in and they go, I need right now, and I'm wicked rude to you. I'm rude and wicked fucked up to you as a customer for no good reason. All you've done is try to help me. I need 4 subs, all on herb bread, and they're all going to be double meat, double cheese, cold bacon, and I'm going to pay for them with an EBT card. And then I'm going to give you my sub card that you gave me, and you're going to write 3 marks off of that. And when I've done this 3 times, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to get a whole fucking Philly steak for free, because my EBT subs count for free sub marks on my like we have a deal in the company where if you get 9 subs, if you buy 9 subs, the 10th one's free. Well, all that ever happens though is people that pay with cash, they don't even care. They're like, I don't give a shit about a card. And the people that pay with EBT have 50 of them filed in their wallets and shit. And they're just like, well, this one needs 1 more mark, and then I get a free Philly steak. And they just only pay with their EBT cards. And I don't even
They banned
almost
what you can buy with it, though, right? With certain
they never will, because money.
Certain EBT, like you can't buy certain things with it though anymore. They've restricted.
Oh
certain
yeah,
things.
that's true. Yeah,
Not
and it's
subs,
not
though,
it's
'cause
not
it's
a burned
food.
dairy thing. The company themselves, it's nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
It's the system.
Right,
It's
right,
just
right,
the system.
right.
It is. It's how it's handled.
All right, so let's make this acronym. So scumbag. So now you've limited. You've
I don't
raised the
wanna
bar.
think of an acronym.
So scumbag. So you said S, right? You said
No, I don't know. If
Let's
I did.
go. Let's go. S. Start with an S and then.
Citizens is a C.
Yeah. So okay. So we can be on
Citizens with
C.
an
No,
S because they're fucking
we need,
stupid.
We need an adjective. We need an S adjective. S citizens.
Stupid citizens.
No. You can do like a Robert.
Shitty
You can do like a
citizens?
Robert Loggia, like R for Robert Loggia. Oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. You can do that.
Oh,
like do a
I
dumb
don't give a
sentence for each.
shit.
We got to make this work. So S,
God.
do a sentence off of that.
Shitty people.
Yeah. Okay. C.
Citizens.
Citizens.
Oh my God, I gotta think about this.
It's okay. Take your time. They're not waiting.
I don't.
He's got to edit out all my coughs.
Shit.
I'm fucking coughing up lung over here.
No, you're not. I haven't heard you cough once.
That's because it's not into the microphone, and your deaf ass ears can't hear it when it's not into a microphone.
I wish I had headphones, you son of a bitch.
I know you don't even have headphones.
Screw
This
it.
is
Do you
conspiracy.
want headphones?
I'll take headphones if they're there.
You want to hear your voice?
Yeah, it's easier for me to hear my
You
voice.
want to hear your shitty voice? S,
Yeah.
shitty.
Find another guy that sounds like me, and then tell him you're sorry.
The guy who's buying natties at 5 a.m. That's the guy who sounds like dude's like,
Jim. Dude, I could do that.
fucking
I've done it to
scumbag.
customers. Not to like. I don't know. That's weird. I'll probably get fired for this podcast.
When you do
anyways.
paperwork
Since
for
I'm at
Burn
work.
Dairy, when a guy does your extent of paperwork consist of a guy buys 3 natties and you tally mark under?
No, actually, my job's pretty cool. Like I don't mind my job, and it has nothing to do with the crayon tallies or whatever. I wish, dude. I wish. No, dude, it's what you would expect. It's what you'd expect from like somebody doing paperwork for a random business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I go in the morning.
It's tedious.
And
It's a pain in the
everybody's
ass.
jobs that or everybody's drawers that they ran all day get cashed out, and all the money's documented and whatnot by the system. And I come in and I manage all that, and I take a huge pile of shit that's spread out over all kinds of random, like paper that I need to print off the computer and just random reports and all that. I take all the little bit of information we need for the day from all that, and I just keep cramming it and organizing it and cramming it and organizing it until it's in a neat little pile that I send to the office. And the computer system's pretty well developed, and I actually weirdly really like doing paperwork. That's
Nice.
cool for me. That is not the complaints of the job. I don't know. I don't really like hate my job. It's tough with the customer base. because
Customer
they're
base, C.
fucking weird.
C, customer base.
Shitty people, customer base. Nice.
You
Urgent alcoholism. Because that's what it is.
M.
No, there's no bad beer. I was instantly, maximum for no reason. Just that's the standard maximum.
Shitty people, citizen.
No, urgent. Shitty people, customer base. Urgent alcoholism. I almost said Molson, but they'll never buy it. They'll
too high grade.
It's any grade. They'd never buy it. God, there's got to be something. How did we see? If we just break off and we talk about more shit, we'll come back to the acronym.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Okay.
That's the
Figure it
big.
out.
That's the big
Okay.
punchline payoff deal.
Well, we'll
for
send
this
it
whole
into
deal.
Washington. We'll be like, we found you guys a new acronym for you to use for.
Yeah, sure we will.
Yeah.
That's
All
a
right.
good idea.
We've been talking about boozing for like a long time.
hours
Yeah.
way before we started doing this.
Way before we edited everything. Or no, way after we, I don't know, I'm an idiot. So we need to talk about not alcohol anymore.
Cool with me.
Yeah. So we were talking about listening to music, and you're like, I don't listen to
listen to a lot of music anymore, man.
Yeah.
I know. That
why?
sounds fucked up.
No,
'cause
it's not. It's not. I hear you. Why?
Okay. It's really a couple things. One, I am trying to force myself into a writing mindset right now. And when I write music, I want to write as organically and as completely as possible from only me. So now,
I don't want to rip somebody off subconsciously. That's what I do. I fucking do that.
Well, everybody's going
Everything I
to do
write
that
is scarce
'cause it's
imagery.
2015. Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
It is when
it's
you're
gonna
scarce
happen.
imagery.
Yeah, they might care. But I think it's enough.
We need to stop this.
No chance, dude. Those guys seem cool. You know, here's a good story for you. I'm glad you brought that up.
Per Nielsen, which is what's per mean?
Monster.
Per, what's it means like one
Per.
isn't that
I
what it
thought
is?
it meant
per like
shred
You
god.
saying like per diem
or
like
per person
per annum.
per Nielsen. What's a Nielsen?
Per stands for
A rating?
Incredible.
Is that how you spell it?
Ratings.
So what we were talking about though, you're just asking me about why I don't listen to music, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I'm writing, I usually don't listen to anything. I just am always thinking about what I'm trying to write and how I can take it a direction that I think is like perfect for the song, you know what I mean? So all I ever really listen to is my own stuff, which probably sounds
For that
douchey,
period of
but-
time?
Yeah, like there's time periods where I listen to other music, but my number one music listening time is at work when I'm physically doing.
I gotta tell you,
deposit.
that's where I'm at too. I can understand that because when I say that was just my my shock value question, which is why don't you listen to music?
why in
anymore?
the world would these
and
guys not
it's
listen
not
to
that you
music?
don't. It's that you have your albums and you're open to other stuff, but it's when you're writing. yeah, you have to have like a clear head, and in
Have
order
to.
to clear your
Have
head
to.
from your writing, you have all your influence in it originally.
Yeah, yeah.
So going into it, you're not blind going into it.
Well-
So you have your influence going into it, but then you only listen to your own tunes. You study your own tunes. You have
Yeah.
all. You know what I mean? Like you're
You get
surrounding
a
yourself in
really-
your own.
It depends. I think it depends where you are as a band, as a songwriter, where you are in your career. So, first album you do, no matter what, you're going to be listening to everything 24/7
Yeah.
other than your music, because you don't know who the fuck you are yet. As a musician, as a songwriter, as a band, you cannot know what you are. There's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way, especially if it's your first band. How could you? You know what I mean? You cannot know. So after you've done enough work as a band, you've been together for some amount of years, you've played shows, you've figured out how everybody's going to work together and whatnot, and if they don't, you've replaced them and got people you do, When you sit down to write how to put it, like a more informed, like mature album, like an experienced album where you go, okay, we've done some shit now. We've played shows, we've already done albums, we know what we're doing going in.
Been around the
block a couple times.
The herpes have cleared up temporarily,
And that is exactly the short window where you start writing for the next deal.
Yeah.
Except for you have an idea now of what you want to do musically, what worked from your first outing, what didn't, what direction you're trying to go in, and all that stuff. And you have to focus on that way more than just sitting and being like, I should be writing. I'm going to listen to Wages of Sin for the 7,000th time or whatever. Why? So your album can sound like only that because you just immediately alienated your clear
not that
mind
you
with
tried
that,
to.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that it might have it transcends influence, and it goes to sort of a persuasion to do that, and so I get that. And what I do is I don't not listen to music, but I will listen to sort of like palate cleansers of the style that we play. So
I was just talking to
and
you
I
about
had
that.
I had
Yeah.
Nate. We were talking to him on the podcast this week, and I had Nate on there, and he's in Dynamo, and I just played a bunch of shit for
Man,
you.
that was badass.
Yeah, that is my
What
palate
a
cleanser,
band.
and what that does is that influences me in a very like a unbiased way,
Yeah.
going into like my material, when
And
I'm writing that.
I'll
is
explain
that
some
like
of that
it,
too, 'cause
it really
that's a
goes
great idea.
Yeah, and I'll listen to that. I'll listen to for like technicality and just getting me. It doesn't even inspire me like that kind of that music in itself. It kicks me in the ass because it goes, oh my gosh, that
the
music
fuck? Yeah.
is just unbelievable.
Yep. And it's
What they're doing is
nothing like
unbelievable,
Spire.
and that like amazement that I'm left with is what drives me. It's a driving force, really.
Your goal is, if you accomplish it, if you can, to maybe give a listener that same feeling.
That same feeling, yeah,
For
exactly.
me, that's what it always was to try to write stuff with Burn or solo stuff or whatever I do, that when people hear it, they get that feeling, that like wonder, or that like, man, this is huge, And I feel like you guys have always done a really good job of that, at least to me. I've always been the listener that when I hear your stuff, I'm like, this is awesome. And it gives me the same feeling I got from when you just showed me that band,
Cool.
My big band, I have a palate cleanser band. I do.
Okay.
And they're called Impact Fuse. And it's a Russian, like, I don't know what to call them. It's three guys that there is no way they're not from at least 50 years in the future. They have to be from
And
the
they're
future.
all
have to
electricians.
Be. And they're all just wicked, technical, progressive metal, jazz nut jobs.
Okay.
And it's just a bassist, a drummer that sings, and one guitarist.
Oh,
and
shit.
they are insane.
Really?
Insane. Yeah, have to look those guys up. I promise you, you can search anywhere you want, and you're not gonna hear anything anywhere near what they're doing. I don't even know if they're still together. They showed up out of nowhere like 2 years ago, and they vanished.
Maybe we'll do a link on the podcast summary there.
Mm-hmm. I assumed when they disappeared that they just went back into the future, because that's how, dude. You're gonna know what I mean. You're gonna know what I mean when you hear it. First second you hear it, you're gonna go, "There's no way." And that band influences me a shitload, but in weird ways. They don't influence anything I write on the surface. Zero influence on that.
Good.
So I'm always gonna write my way.
Right, exactly.
But that's a band,
but without persuasion.
Without persuasion,
you take the influence from it, the motivation. Really,
they will always be the band that no matter what I practice, no matter how much work I put into being a better musician, I will always look at them and go, "Nope, still got some work to do," because they're just insane. Right. But also, what they give me is just an endless pool of ideas, structuring wise. So I won't consciously cop ideas from any band. I just won't do it. I don't have to, because when I'm writing, I'm so focused on whatever I'm doing at the time. So it'll never happen consciously. Like you said, though, you'll write a riff from time to time and you go, "This is the coolest riff in the world," and then you listen to like freaking, I don't know,
if I listen
something random and you go, come on, I ripped that off.
It doesn't matter what I listen to. If I just write any riff that has a chug to it that fucking grooves, and it's not a breakdown, it's already Lamb of God. They have too many albums.
We've got,
so there you go,
dude. We got it for years.
It's all Lamb of God.
We got people going, "You guys sound so much like Lamb of God," and we're like, "If we
that's
pay
a testament
you, will you
to
tell
them,
us we sound like Fag-ist? Like, will you just lie to us and tell us we sound like Fag-ist?" And that's not to say that we want to be a Fag-ist clone. We don't. But when we heard
necrophagist,
I
gotta say that to the microphone,
to clarify, necrophagist,
so we don't have to type it.
Let me explain this.
He means necrophagist.
Let me explain this, okay? Anybody listening, if you don't know who Fag-ist is when I say Fag-ist, stop listening. Because they came out of nowhere. They didn't even, they had an album before. But when Epitaph hit,
they put out an album every decade. They're good.
I guess it's almost 11, so they're gonna fail.
What do? They put out
Onset in like 99,
Putrefaction,
I think.
It
was good. It was crazy. That stuff was awesome.
And they put out
they did Epitaph in 05.
In 2000, was it 05 or 04?
05, I believe. 05.
Okay,
it was 10 years.
Whatever it matters. It's been a decade.
Regardless, a decade later, I've still never heard anything more spotless ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
That album is so perfect, and I'll defend it till the day I die, because it got so much heat because it was so huge at the time. It got like almost pop culture in the metal scene, where people were like, "Yeah, I listen to Fag-ist," and I was like, "No shit, you do, because you've never heard anything that clean. No shit, of course you do. You can't hear some of the stuff on that album and not forever have it change the way you think about music.
Summer Slaughter, they fucking tore.
I have so many friends of mine that saw them live and went, "I've never ever seen a band that tight, that's robot spotless ever. I've never seen it. I don't know that they're human." And I never saw them. I never got a chance to see them.
The vocalist guitar player, had side stage experience with that, and he had his wife there, and his 3-year-old daughter was there, and she had these big headphones on, these big sound deadening headphones, and she's in this little pink dress on the side of the stage, and his wife is there, and his pretty wife, and she goes, "Oh, look, there's Daddy up there on the stage, Look at Daddy." And she's like, "Oh, it's Daddy." If you didn't have any audio and you just saw that as a video, you go, "That's the cutest thing ever. Daddy's playing on stage."
Then you see
audio.
And he's playing the absolute hardest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he's farting on the microphone. And
the rhythms
he's
and
Daddy.
Stuff.
She's got like Hello Kitty fucking pink
and
dress
she doesn't
on.
know. She's completely muted, so she doesn't hear the music he's playing.
What is that?
Dude, what were we? Oh, I was talking about Impact Fuse, how they're insane, and they don't influence me in a musical way, like like what I write. They influence me in how I write. So like I'll hear the way the just psychotic, out of nowhere transitions and weird shit they do, how they're switching between parts and stuff, and that's the influence they have on me. I guess when I'm listening to bands now, especially now that I do production for other bands, I feel like that's all I listen to now. If I'm listening to music, I'm not even listening to like just what the song is for what it is. Like, oh, I listen to Paramore and I'm just like hearing some song on the radio. I'm like wicked hard analyzing exactly what every guy in the band is doing. I cannot help it.
Because your production, your studio
production
ears
ear is making me go.
Yeah,
wait
your
a
studio
minute,
ears
why
is the
that?
same thing as learning how to read for the first time. When you look at a sign like a billboard, you can't not read it. If somebody like if you already know how to read, your brain
automatically
reads it. Yep. You can't not do
so
that.
If you understand
so if you know where it comes
of
from,
an album is, you just hear it. You just hear it, and you can't control it. And it's funny because bringing up Paramore, I have a lot of respect for that band, and I like that band, and it's one of my fiance's like favorite bands. And I never listened to them a lot, but I hear them all the time now.
Jerked off to the singer.
Actually, no, I didn't really know much about her until Stace.
Like how serious you
answered. Then I did. But it took
Once I researched the band more and I appreciated them more.
Well, Stace does tour as well, though. So,
you guys spin the same record. That's good.
No, but I heard him and I went, "Oh, this band's really tight. This is solid. This is cool. Way different genre than what I ever listened to." But I don't listen. Like I said, I don't listen to much.
Nice.
Okay. I guess move on to something new.
Do we have any other letters?
Oh God,
we're on M for scumbag.
We'll never get M done because there's nothing negative you can say about people with M.
More commitment, Oswego.
More
commitment. Oswego's a bunch of flakes.
To the urgent.
You try to get these fucking. You try to get these assholes out to shows and shit.
You want them more committed?
I want more commitment.
You don't, dude. Not in Oswego. They're just going to commit to the wrong shit, to fucked up shit like pills and heroin and stuff.
Oh, that is what keeps people from going to stuff.
I want to go to your show that the ticket's $9, but I spent $40 on heroin, so I can't. I don't have the money.
It's like an SAT math problem. Jimmy spent $40 on heroin. The ticket cost $9. Yeah. Jimmy has no money.
Jimmy had $51. He got fronted $100 in coke.
How much does he owe? What does he have to steal?
What does he have to steal from Brindary to sell on the street so he could try to pay off the debt before the guy clubs his knees out?
Okay.
Oh, no. My drink is empty.
Oh, do you want to refill?
Well, my Di Serono's gone.
Okay, so do you have any more DiGiorno upstairs?
I have gin. I have gin upstairs.
You have gin?
I brought a lot of gin.
I'm not going to drink that.
I didn't ask you to drink it.
You drink your fucking mint leaf carnage toxic fucking bullshit.
Gin is awesome.
Gin and tonic.
This is where I wish Schwalik was here because he's a gin guy.
Is he?
He likes gin, yeah. Me and him used to drink gin from time to time. Schwalik, man. Is that going to get talked about? Fucking Steve.
What, his Polish ass name?
What? No. His butt.
His butt? You can talk about his butt.
No, I don't give a shit. No. I love Steve.
Yo, Steve's got a dead ass, man.
There's not anything really to say about Steve. I don't even know why it seems right to bring him up. But it does.
He smells good.
He smells good. He looks good. He's sexy.
I don't know. Congratulations, Natasha.
Oof.
Yeah, good job, Tosh.
Is it warm in here?
No, all seriousness though, if I'm gonna say anything about Schwalik and go on the record, he's the most naturally gifted musician on any instrument I've ever met in my entire life. Ever. Any show I've played, signed bands I've met, anybody, nobody no one touches him. And it's fucking crazy.
They want to touch him.
Weird. It's weird that I ever met somebody in my life that is that like impossibly gifted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy to be around as long as I was. And that sounds like I'll never see him again.
He's an impact fuse for me.
Yeah, that's really what it is. He is the reason why I'm able to play guitar the way I am. He's the reason why I'm able to play drums the way I am, really. He's the reason why I have the commitment to music the way I do. Him and Grant, I have to give Grant credit where he's due, too, for that. These
are all Perpetual Burn members.
They are the reason behind the mindset. They're the reason why we all shared it, you know? Mm-hmm. Is because those guys are just such... They just think about music in such a weird way that I've never experienced elsewhere.
That's why we had Steve do
passive
progressive. Yeah. We had him track vocals with us, and he did our mixing.
I was going to say he mixed
mastering.
it, didn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds killer.
We had a great time with him. He's a fun guy.
He's a sexy. Fun son of a bitch, but. All jokes and all whatever about his personality aside, him being sexy or cool to hang out with or whatever, seriously, like I just can't say enough about how much of an influence as a musician he has to be to anybody that's ever met him, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just it's challenging to walk into a room with a guy, meet him for the first time and go, yeah, we're going to jam and play guitar. And then you see what he plays and you go, never mind, I'm going to put mine back. And now
he's
I need
so
to ask
amped up, like
everything.
His personality.
Super amped up.
When he's motivated,
it's weird.
His personality, he's just so amped up, and he gets you going.
He's like shaking because he's so amped up. He's so ready.
Yeah, No, he was very, very difficult to keep up with. When I was playing with you guys,
ideas. He gets ideas every 2 seconds, and it's so fast, and he just does them. You don't get a chance to know what's going on.
Very difficult to keep up with, but you wanted to keep up with him
because you knew if you did, whatever was about to go down was gonna be crazy.
Absolutely, and we did some. We made some magic.
Yeah, I guess that's worth mentioning. You actually were in Burn for a couple years. Anybody that's listening that doesn't know that's how we got as tight as we are now.
When Spire did, we went on our hiatus after our drummer Mike Elliott disbanded from us.
Hold up. I'll pay you money for the gin. Yeah. Sorry, no, Zach's going to get stuff. So I was just like, please, God, get me gin.
You'll pay him money? You brought it.
I'll pay him to do the walking upstairs to get it for me so I don't have to.
I didn't understand what you're talking about.
He understood.
What the fuck was I saying?
You were talking about you playing with... I just frigged it over.
I had a point. It was a good point. You were saying
when Mike Elliott left Spire.
Oh, yeah. When Mike Elliott left Spire, we did our last show... June 16th at the Lost Horizon with Dark Day Sunday. That was Bittner's band.
That's cool. That had to be good.
Yep, and we did that last show, and I think it was 2012. And then I joined you guys that summer, and there you go. I was in Perpetual Burn, playing guitar.
Yeah. I met you guys, not you. You weren't even in the picture yet. Mm-hmm. But I met you in 2006, in the summer of 2006, when we had it was our second show ever as a band. We weren't even called Burn yet. We were called Necrosis or some shit. And we were just getting started. And it's actually funny. We did a Battle of the Bands for Harborfest 2006. We came in second. You guys came in first. And you whipped our ass.
And we shouldn't have, because you guys fucking crushed it. You know what I did? I did the drummer, this is the drummer and me, I did the drummer walk around. So I said, fuck the front row, and I heard some kind of like LOG riff, and I walked around, and I watched your feet. That's the drummer and me. I went, watch his feet. I wasn't looking at your ass. I'm sorry. Don't take offense.
You saw enough of it over the years.
Yes. I like it when it's fatter.
It's pretty fat right now.
I love it when it's, I like that hourglass figure.
Oh, I don't have that.
I know. It's more of just an hour. But I like, I love the feet action there, man. So I had to do the walk around. That
was early, too.
You guys should have won. It was the judge was like, he like played with Ozzy. At one point in time.
From what I heard about that show, and who the hell knows how true it is, but I heard one of the guys that was a judge knew our guitarist's dad from way back, and there was something between them, and I don't know if it was negative or positive drama, but something that made him go, I can't make these guys win. Now, having said that, I didn't think we won anyways. I just was like, these guys killed it. It's over. And I assumed you guys won. And then you did, and I went, of course. And we weren't even bummed. We actually got shit for runner-up for that. They hooked us up with stuff for that, too. I think money or a show or something like that. And we were off and running.
Well, we like talked to you guys for a while as like
that whole day. We all hung out.
As much as that age allows us to be social, we were awkward as fuck. But we like spoke.
It felt pretty cool. I remember meeting you guys and get like when we left that show. I remember talking to first off also. Larry was wearing a Symphony X shirt, and I'll never forget it because that's how I found out who the fuck they were because I never had any idea.
Oh, shit, really?
And he was wearing a Symphony X shirt, and I went,
there you go.
Who are these guys?
Lawrence.
Years later, legit favorite
Lawrence,
band
there it
ever,
is.
dude.
You got somebody in the Symphony X.
Thank you, bro. Symphony X, man. But anywho, I remember leaving that show going, that's the coolest guys we've met yet in bands. And we're not going to forget them. And then years later, we reconnected with you guys and played a bunch of shows with you guys. Like
2011, 2012,
yeah.
we were like all over the place.
We played a ton of shows together.
Well, we the first show that we it was weird. It was like a time lapse.
Yeah.
Then like a bunch of 10 haircuts later.
Mm-hmm. And
we were all
and
we were all different people. Like with he's got long hair and he's got short hair. Some weird metal equilibrium of hair.
You got to understand too that when we first met, I was 17. You were probably 17, maybe 16. We were wicked young, wicked young. And so then when we meet again, where everybody's in their 20s, except for Grant because he's a baby.
Yeah,
but so anywho,
but we played. It was you guys and Infernal Thorn.
Was this at Lost?
It was at the Lost.
Yeah, dude, we used to stomp that place out. I loved playing there. We had some awesome shows.
We did. You know what that was? That was us doing.
Was that the 7-band CD release?
We did a
demo. Cosmic Sea did a demo.
Cosmic Sea,
another
fucking
good band.
Cosmic Sea, Infernal Thorn.
Yep.
And
was Psychopath on that bill too?
Yeah.
Were they? That's a stacked local bill.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
As I'm just bringing
this back. Really good point in
Yeah.
all those bands.
And and we actually were doing a release.
Did you guys do Discovery then?
Of Discovery.
Oh my god!
That was our hometown release of Discovery.
You know,
and then the next night, and this is like totally. I'm Hippocrates, god of going against what I say.
Okay.
Yeah. In the last a couple casts ago, I was bitching about playing overflooding local shows. Now, this was my
which I agree.
This was my asterisk in that
business
is that we released our album. I can still say asterisk. I must not be that drunk.
We'll get there. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, that was our CD release officially in Syracuse. We actually released the CD in Oneonta, but we did the first.
I think I knew that. Right? I think I knew that you actually did this official deal in Oneonta. I think you've told me that.
And
before.
then but it was the unofficial release because we had it and we were excited.
Right.
And then we did that show at the Lost with Infernal Thorn and you guys, Cosmic Sea and Psychopath. Holy shit, it's coming back. And then the next night we played Fusion because there was a whole different scene. And it was in Syracuse, a whole different scene.
I've been saying for years that Fusion's my favorite place we ever played. Release. That's the stomping ground, man. I love playing Fusion. Love that place.
Right.
Can't say enough about Fusion.
But we did a doubleheader in Syracuse.
We did like Burn and
no, we did.
Oh, okay.
Spire did. The night, Friday night, whatever, at the Lost with you guys, and then the next night, at Fusion.
Day you did
and
Fusion.
I have to disclaim that it was an album release, and we're not gonna fucking do that again. So don't worry, we're not gonna overflow.
I get it.
You get it.
Yeah.
We were talking about music that we don't listen to music. Try to the palate cleanser.
Yeah.
My other palate cleanser, and you said it too, is fucking podcasts.
All the time, man.
All the
It's
time.
all I listen to.
Yeah, it's my talk radio that is unfiltered, and my fucking stand up, man.
Yeah, stand up.
Totally.
I don't listen to stand up as much, but you know it's funny. I have Podcast One on my phone. It's like it's free. You know, you just listen to whatever's on there. Except for I grew up watching wrestling. The two guys I listen to are Chris Jericho and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because are you kidding me? Yeah,
yeah. You're from Oswego,
and I'm a pro wrestling guy, so those two
Oswego.
are the shit. Yeah, sure they are. Yeah, Austin's from anywhere but Texas. I'm sure of it. But the advertising is what pays for them, so that you don't have to pay to listen to them, right? But it's those guys reading the ads, and because it's wrestlers, DDP Yoga. Because Diamond Dallas Page came up with his own yoga thing, and it's like saving everyone in the world's lives and shit. It legitimately saved a couple like old pro wrestlers' lives. Scott Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts legit saved their lives. So of course they're sponsored by DDP Yoga because they're pro wrestlers, and both of them I'm pretty sure are friends with the guy. But it's just funny hearing Austin
What does DDP
read off
stand for?
this cute Diamond Dallas Page. It's just funny hearing Austin pissed off Austin reading the like do DDP yoga. It's awesome. But those podcasts are so cool, and you learn so much about like the inside of the business and stuff, which is so intriguing to me. And it's funny because I always hear them and I go, there's gotta be a music one. And oddly enough, the music one is right here. It's you guys. It's the only one I listen to for music info that I actually enjoy and see as a legitimate source. Yeah, dead serious.
Nice.
Because like all the other ones I've ever found just
You're
don't
not
going to
listen to this one.
I might listen to my own. You don't know that. How do you know I don't get off on my own voice or some shit?
I know you
I
do.
requested
You wanted
headphones.
You
So I could hear
requested
myself.
headphones.
And
He's
you
gonna
want to know
listen.
why I actually wanted headphones though? So I could tell when I'm not in the mic, because then I won't hear my voice. And
I know.
Oh shit, I gotta get back.
But that's not funny. I like to know that you
It's
wanna
better
hear your
to
own voice.
assume that I like fist my butt or something to my own voice.
And that's the title of the podcast.
Dave fists his butt. And
To the sound of his own voice.
yeah, no,
So while we're on the topic of Steve Austin and his likeness, can you describe all this fucked up Oswegan lingo of like that when I joined Perpetual Burn, you guys are just saying like this is, you know, this is frigged and this is maxed out and 1,000% wicked not something. Like it's way against something. And what is maxed? How many, like, I gotta ask how many X's are in maxed?
I guess it depends on the emphasis on the max.
Okay, but what is okay, so max
I'm a firm
like,
believer.
dude, this fucking because
Okay.
you won't say, oh, this is like maxed out whatever. Like you'll say, dude, you just like end it with it. You'll go, oh, this is fucking max. What the fuck does that mean? Max means to its limit, right? Like,
Yes, yeah. Okay,
but and how you use it?
how I use it? Okay, so I'll explain the lingo. To you, it might feel like Oswego. To me, it's not Oswego because no one talks like that in Oswego. It's just our isolated group around our band.
Okay,
and I was
that makes
telling
me
him when
feel
you were in the
better.
bathroom, a lot of it is me and my brother growing up together, and we just would say stupid shit to each other. And if you think I'm ridiculous with the fucking way I talk, Jake has turned up to 1,000.
Jake was in Burn.
Jake, yeah, yep. My older brother Jake was
For a
one of
long
the original
while.
members. He was in Burn for, God, the first 5 or 6 years, maybe even more. Yeah, he's a badass because actually, so the way Burn started was I was in a band with Jake beforehand, and I met Grant when Grant was like 13, and I promised him because he was in some dog shit local bands, just playing nothing, playing a guy's back deck and no one even knows the song and shit, and he's sitting there being Grant, just wicked uncomfortable, like I hate everything about this. And he was like my best friend. I hung out with him all the time, and he went, the next band we start, or that I told him, I said, the next band I start, you will be the bassist. I promise. It will be you and me against the world. And he was like, I'm holding you to it. And then Jake moved away to go to school in like 2004, maybe 2003, 2004, something like that. I was young. I was like 16. And I didn't do anything as a band for a while. And then I talked to Grant eventually, and I went, I want to start something serious. But if we do it, we commit forever. We never look back. This is the deal forever, you know? And he was like, yeah, of course. And that's how we started Burn. It was just me and Grant. We were playing Lamb of God covers and shit. And then Jake dropped out of school at the time because when he was going to college the first time, he just didn't give a shit. It wasn't for him. All he did all day was practice guitar. And all he wanted to do was play guitar. And so he moved back home. He was going to SUNY Canton. So he was like a couple hours away. But he moved back home, and like the day he did, I was like, Grant, we need a guitarist. Jake's back home. And we went, yeah, Jake's in the band. And that was it. So then we got our other guitarist, Paul Haggerty, and Joe. We got Joe before Paul, actually. We got Joe because obviously you need a singer. And he was in classes with Grant. And Grant asked him if he knew anybody that sang. And Joe went, I'll sing. And we were like, oh, okay. Have him come do it or whatever. We played Cowboys from Hell. He knew every word, and it was whatever. And I'm sure if I saw footage of that right now, I'd go, that was shit. But at the time, we were like, this is awesome. We play shows right now. And we didn't even come close to playing shows. But we got our second guitarist, Paul Haggerty from Oswego, another good dude and good friend of ours. And that was the first deal. That was the first, like, I guess, version of the band, right? We did our first album like that. We played together for years like that. And after like 2 or 3 years, we split with Paul. We got Schwalik. And he was with us from then on. And Jake was with us for like 6 years. But Jake left to go back to school after all that, right?
Yeah.
And when he left is when we got Kevin. And then after we split with Kevin, but before I talked to you, we still had a show booked from when we had Kevin. And we were like, what do we do? So Jake was back, or was around, but just was doing school. And I was like, do you think you could learn the songs, like all the songs on the demo and one off the album? And he goes, I don't know, send them to me. So he gave him the tabs. He learned them in like 4 days and was ready for the show and for that week. We were like, Jesus.
That was the one at Fusion, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He played a show with us at Fusion.
Jesus.
Out of nowhere. Hadn't been in the band for over 2 years at that point. Hadn't played live. Hadn't played that material. Anything. And he hammered it out of the park. Out of just a week prep, dude. 4 days prep. So that's the kind of musician Jake is. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe he pulled that off. But, dude, was that show with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's random. Yeah,
I think so.
I think it was. I really think it was. It was Fusion. We played a lot at Fusion with you guys.
I honestly don't know.
I do not remember. That period of time was
a blur
for me personally. But
yeah, the only reason I remember that show is because it was the last show we played with Jake. It was just a random one-off show with Jake, and it was fucking cool.
I thought we did play that one.
I'm sure you did.
It was us and Cosmic Sea.
Yes.
And you guys. You guys headlined.
That's it. And that's all it was. We played
35 minutes.
Yep.
Or whatever it was. You played whatever he knew. We played
everything he knew. Yeah, everything he learned.
We played that.
I think it was like 6 or 7 songs, that he learned.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's so nuts. But, okay, so we were talking about the way we talk. And then Jake got brought up, and
then we got serious, and we actually told things that mattered.
Yeah.
So Max,
the way we talk, Jake is so overdosed on the way we talk. Like the way he talks is ridiculous, way more than I am. So he was a major influence in that. But it was all just a joke. It started with just us thinking it was funny, the idea of that, and maybe it was stemmed from like advertising. Like everywhere you look, you're like Max Ice. Or like whatever Max, you know what I mean? We're like, why Max? Where's the room to improve? If it's already Max, right now it's Max. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? So that was, it's fucking funny. So now we just did it to
like an existential crisis.
If you're telling me your $1.19 beer is max, that's the limit. Are you sure? Because you're telling me also that you're a company that makes other good beer. So I don't know.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, that's a
nobody
good point.
else.
Max Ice is not telling you that.
There's no Yingling Max like maxing out the fucking like oldest brewery, like
people with
oldest
respect
American
for
fucking
themselves
maxed out brewery.
Don't do that, and we don't have respect for ourselves. So, yeah, but no,
Stickly maxed out furniture.
Yeah, that's just the way I don't know. It just turned into something like in our tight circle.
I don't know. Let's do something funny, Dave. Okay, when I was playing with you guys. Dude, when we were on the road, your fucking farts smell really bad. Can you explain that?
A lot of bad food, dude, and booze, and obvious booze. Because I had drinks at shows. I'm not a big drinker, which is interesting because I'm drinking
good.
right here. I don't.
No, that's fine. You're drinking DiGiorno. That's fine.
The DiGiorno's long gone. Actually, I'm just drinking gin.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, gin and Pepsi. I don't recommend that to anybody. I'm going to drink it because I'm already drunk. But I don't recommend gin and Pepsi to people.
What about gin and cola? Because you can obviously taste the difference.
No chance.
Okay.
Gin and ginger ale. That's the shit. That's the good shit.
Dude, I'm sorry we didn't have it.
It's okay. I should have bought some, but I'm a retard.
We don't drink soda.
Oh, I don't. So, that's not a big deal. I don't really drink soda that much. I drink
Monster, which is different. That's not soda. It's cocaine.
Yeah, it's Coke.
Yeah.
I drink Java Monsters a lot. And you know what else I drink too? The Mountain Dew Kickstart Hydrations. So I'm going to cut an ad for them, evidently, because I just said the full name of the product.
No, Doug Stanhope does unofficial sponsors.
Yeah, evidently this is.
Yeah,
they keep me. They lift the fog, man. Every morning I wake up at 4:30 in the morning for my job, and I go to work and I clock in at 5:15, and the first thing I do is I buy a Mountain Dew Kickstart Hydration Boost or some shit, right? They're these little like 8-ounce cans of just jacked up shit, and there's like no sugar, but you know there's got to be something fake and dangerous in it. But it's made in a base of coconut water, right? And they're wicked good. But
they melt down some Sudafed.
You're gonna love what they do to me though, because, and I promise you, because we were just talking about it, but man, they give you some fucking crazy fake like cartoon farts. but they lift the fog. Now, if I drink coffee, my stomach is rocked. Like, I don't feel good. You know, I have acid reflux and stuff. If I drink one of those, I don't feel sick. I don't feel shitty. I feel good for the day, and I don't get burned out. You know what I mean? I don't, like, crash 6 hours later. I feel good. I'm smooth. And they taste good. It's a small amount of liquid to drink, and it, like, opens the curtains, so to speak. Like, I feel... In the morning, I always feel really foggy and, like, tight. Like pressure in my face because I'm so tired, you know. And when I drink one of those, like I can physically feel all that opening up, and I'm like, I'm awake and I feel good. You know what I mean? It's weird, and I know for a fact it's just rapid fire giving me cancer or something because it's giving me a good feeling. So it's gotta be doing something bad. But I've been drinking.
You hold it sucrose to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sucrose to your heart.
Yeah, sucrose, exact. But but in that same token, man, do they give me some gas? They don't make me have to shit.
Who are you trying?
Like, man, the gas
who are you
is
trying
real.
to like? Are you going to offend the natty daddies that fucking come in there and just scourge your fucking liquor cabinet, so to speak?
It might as well be.
Yeah, the 801 natty daddies that come in there and just fucking rob you. Do they really go? Oh, well, this is actually this decor in this burned area is awful.
No, never.
I've never seen such a
sales associate have to be farting in such a way.
It's 8:01 a.m.
Yeah, I think I've only farted in front of a customer once. It was like in my first year, and
You're still learning that you shouldn't.
No, I farted really loud. It was like 6 a.m. and it was a college kid who was drunk. And I remember this. I think I told a bunch of people this story before, so I might have told you this before, like back when you were in Burn. But I immediately farted and just like, and looked at the kid shocked and just went, "Run!" And he didn't run. He just looked at me like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then I just didn't say anything else and rang him out. But
yeah, you rang him out, all right. You rang on his fucking nostrils.
I don't remember smelling bad. I don't remember most things though, so that doesn't help me.
When I was in Burn Dairy,
We had
Perpetual Burn Dairy.
We had so much fun for the wrong reasons when you were in the band. Like the car ride from that you thought you were going to bring this up and talk about it, and we got sidetracked. So I'll bring it up and talk about it and tell the story. The time I gave Mike fucking pink eye in the back of the car with my farts. We played a show in Oneonta. Oh, what show was that? That was the Summoned. We played a show with the Summoned at the Oneonta like theater or some shit. Wicked cool venue. There was it was like a pop punk, like a Paramore band that played before us.
Envoy.
They were wicked good.
They fucking crushed.
One, they were awesome, and they were that sound, so they were nothing like us, or definitely not the Summon. Nothing like the Summon. And they were getting just unanimous respect because they were so good. And that was a pro band if I've ever seen one. One of the sickest bands we've ever played, though, and we keep bringing up their name, but it's got to get legitimately discussed, is the Summoned. That band is insane.
The Summoned
They're insane live.
The Summoned is doing a record right now.
Yep. Oh yeah. I follow those guys.
They may be done with it, but when they are done, if and when they are done, they are sending it to Jamie King.
Those guys are so cool. The Summoned guys, they are awesome guys.
Be completed, and those guys are nuts. And
monsters.
I think they had some lineup issues, and I believe, because I'm on their mailing list, that they've collected people
They're good
that they
again.
need with that. Yeah.
Lucky bastards.
I think they have that. They
It's tough.
finally
Their
found people
material's
that
nuts,
can play
man.
it. Yep.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
Awesome band.
And we gotta hook up with those guys.
So yeah, shout out to those guys. For that matter, Summoned, you guys are fucking awesome.
The Summoned.
Good. I hope you guys
link
are
'em.
kicking ass, man.
We'll
Yeah,
link 'em.
link the shit out of that band.
The Summoned
Wicked
from
cool guys.
Lowell, Massachusetts.
Sam, what's good, man?
Yeah,
The drummer is a robot, dude. He's one of the best drummers I've ever met.
One of the nicest robots I've ever met.
Yeah, just wicked cool guys in general. Super like Boston guys. Very, very Massachusetts guys. Especially the bassist they had at the time. I think he's not with them anymore, is he?
Yeah.
And that's the lineup.
That's the guy, yeah. That
That's
dude
the
had
lineup.
the thickest Boston accent I've ever heard. Ever, dude. It was ridiculous. You could barely understand what he was saying.
His accent lifted weights,
Yeah, it was insane.
and that gained strength.
So to recap, the Summon kicks ass. Look them up. They're badass. And there's some really monster musicians.
Great. Now we have to edit that in.
Yeah. Good luck.
Awesome. We already edited it out. Now we have to edit in.
Yeah.
Come on, studio production guy. You know how it works.
We can talk about that later. The me doing production shit.
All right.
If you want.
So,
Anywho,
okay, let me just read down the list. How do you pronounce what you're drinking? We did that. Why do you think you're a piece of shit?
because
you say
I
this to
tried
me
to be.
all the time. You say, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, don't thank me. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, why?
Because
You're not.
Because he doesn't mean anything he says.
I know.
There.
He already. Okay.
There you go.
He fucking Dave claimed it already.
Yeah.
He did the Dave claimer. But
the reason I say
You're
I'm a piece
not.
of shit is because it's funny to me okay. All jokes aside, which my best friend Mark, by the way, he's gonna cut my goddamn throat because I'm about to say this out loud on a public forum. So I'm a dead man. He might actually stop being my friend for admitting this, but it's a joke. I don't actually think I'm a piece of shit, bad human. I'd like to think I'm not. I try to be a good guy. I try to be good to Stace and like to my friends and my family and stuff, you know. Try to just be what I consider to be a good guy. But it's hilarious to me, the idea of shitty humans actually existing. And I know that's not funny to anybody else, but it is the most funny thing in the world to me. When you see on the news, like, oh, woman gets fired because she took selfies flipping off the dead body in the ambulance or whatever. I'm like, that is fucking godly. That's so good. What a genuine,
Is that real?
shitty human. That is a real story of a fucking ambulance. What do they call them? EMTs or whatever, right? Emergency transportation people, right? In like the UK or something, picked up a body. It was in the back. She was in the back with them, and they were dying. But they're alive still, technically. And the last thing they see is this bitch taking selfies of her flipping this fucking corpse off. And to me, I'm rock hard, dude. I'm seeing that going, that is so scummy. It's just for me. I know it is. Because that shit is so fucked. Like, it's funny to me. You know what I mean? I think she got fired. I really don't care if she did, but I assume she did. But like, okay, so that's a good thing to bring up though for why I say I'm a piece of shit, okay? Because to me, is what she did good? No, it's wicked fucked up. It's terrible. But that's funny to me. That not doing that is terrible. But if someone's gonna do that and I find out it happened, the fact that someone was such a piece of shit human that they did that without question, they went, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to flip this corpse off and take a selfie. That is so fucking funny to me. You know what I mean? I live for that. I chase that nonstop. I'm in constant pursuit of that joke. I swear. I cannot be shooting more straight with you when I say that's the number one joke I'm constantly chasing on a day-to-day basis is what wicked fucked up anti-human thing did someone just do that I'm going to find out about and I'm going to love it. I'll probably jerk off to it because it's so good.
This is a music podcast.
Sure it is. Yeah.
Sure it is.
Yeah, we knew this was going this way. Anywho, so that's why I always say I'm a piece of shit. Because in my mind, the joke is that it's funny to me when people are a piece of shit, I guess. There you go.
But yeah, so the reason you're down here with us,
yeah, let's talk about that, man. Why I'm even here
is that you're
well. First off, to precursor that, how long has it been since we've had a night to chill together?
Over a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say close to 2.
Yeah, close to 2. Shouldn't it be? But it's just tough, man. You guys have been busy as fuck, too. Last time I actually like you came to like an invite only Spire like open mic
personal
thing.
Show. Yeah,
we did that. At,
oh my god,
Lawrence's
guys should
place.
have filmed that shit.
Yeah, well we did.
It was huge.
Lawrence's place. We did it on Green Beer Sunday at Tip Hill, and that was great. we played 2 sets. So
that was kind of the reunion.
Become friends with us if you didn't hear about that one, and we'll actually, extend an invite. We do them every now and then.
You have to let me know when you do another one.
Yeah.
The thing for me is this, okay? Like you guys have a monumental show coming up for you guys, a big one. It's Chon and Contortionist and Thoughts in Reverse, another big band around here, anyways.
Hell yeah.
Respectable band for sure. It's just an all-around big show for you guys. And I want to go to that. And with my work schedule, I don't know if I'll be able to, And that's my problem, is it's tough for me to make it out to shows, which sucks for me, because I feel every time I miss one of your guys' shows is disrespectful. Because you did so much for me by joining my band and giving us the best run we ever had for like a year and a half, 2 years. Legitimately the best run we ever had, no question, dude. Are you kidding me? At one point in time, we played that whole album, the album that I'm going to try to release.
Yeah.
We played that whole thing live for an audience a couple times, except for Jesus Rice. We always had to cut it. We always had to cut it. Oh, God. Joe knows it. It's fucking Jesus Rice. Who cares?
Jesus Rice. We'll go with it.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
It's biblical.
We'll talk about the guitar profile names in a minute. But anywho, back on topic.
Every
though.
band has code names for their songs.
You guys have a huge show coming up, and if I can make it, I will. But if I can't, I do not mean any disrespect by it. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Buy your fiance there
The tank top. Yeah, I don't leave here without one. I don't leave here without one.
We have
But I
purple
wear
ones
it.
now.
But
we
I
have
wear
purple
it.
ones now.
Oh, she doesn't. Is it black? Can I get black?
I know.
It stays, dude. She doesn't give a shit about purple.
I'm
She
just
gives a
saying
shit about
we
black.
have those options for the ladies out there
Yeah, that's
washing
true.
the dishes while their
I know you
boyfriend's
gotta plug
forcing
the
the
merch. You gotta
podcast
do
on
it.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, getting the studio running and getting that fucking Perpetual Burn album out. We do have to close soon on this. So I want to culminate everything here. I want to say the fucking Burn album, dude, needs like my time in Burn.
I was just about to say, did you want to talk about Burn for a minute, or
Not. I want to say that my time in Burn, playing these songs, knowing that I'm not recording these songs. You guys did them. You guys are doing them, and having it not come to fruition,
having it never happen?
that was awful to me. And you guys fell into the recording funk of like re-recording it, and it's like
mishap
fucking
happens.
And I'm like, and when I left, I was sad that the material, the actual content, would not be available to people. The product that I was only part of for a sliver, and you guys were adamant in writing and tracking all along the way, would never see the light of day. So now you have, now what you have is it's you, drummer, and covering guitar parts. Grant on bass as usual, Joe on vocals as usual, you doing some additional vocal work.
Yeah,
this
I'm doing clean stuff with Joe.
clean stuff. This is unbelievable. This record, when I heard a little snippet of it, I want to listen to it after we finish.
When we
up.
close up on this, I'm going to show you guys some stuff.
I want to
for
hear
sure, no question.
some more updated material on it. This new record is insane. I stand behind it. It's unbelievable. It's the most difficult material I've ever had to play in my life, and it will be the most difficult material I've ever had to play in my life.
And
I will refuse to let myself play
It will
shit
probably be
that
the
insane.
most difficult material we'll ever play, too. I don't see us going farther than this album.
Yeah, and it's a chops game, but it's also from the heart. It's a great record. It's wonderful material.
Thank you, man.
So that is what I
everybody to hear
stand behind. I stand behind that 100%.
And I'll be the first guy. I will officially, publicly say this right now. I speak for the band when I say this, that the game plan is, I have produced this entire thing now. We had Steve for 6-7 years, and we recorded probably 80-90% of the album with him. After you left, and everybody was just fried. He couldn't do it anymore. And we came to a crossroads where we went, what are we doing? Are we done? Do we all just do different stuff? And in me, I spent some time thinking about it and went, never. Not for me, ever. If Grant's done, if Joe's done, if everybody's done, I'm not. And so Burn, to me, will happen for the rest of my life. I will always be doing Burn albums. If I do another main band, if I do solo albums, whatever I do, every couple of years, I'm putting a Burn album out. And it's going to be the most challenging stuff I can come up with at the time. Because that's what the idea, that's the whole like mission statement to that band from day one, was how shitty can we make playing this live for ourselves? How bad can we push us to where we can't do it? You know? Now, unfortunately, doing that has a large tendency to just burn you out. You know what I mean? But
Great pun.
yeah, sure. But when Steve left and I made that decision, I can't be done. I'll never be done with this project. I knew the next move was, I guess I'm recording the whole thing. And I talked to Grant and Joe, and I said, here's the deal. I'm doing this album. I'm doing it by myself if I have to. But obviously, we are still the core of this band. So, Joe, I want you to do vocals, and Grant, I want you to do bass. I need you guys to. If you won't, I'm going to do it. I don't care. And no one's stopping me from recording it and releasing it. And now...
I'm glad you guys
are
still together with that.
God, it's been maybe 9 months. Hard work. I had to learn all the songs and shit. And now I don't know them. But I had to learn them for recording.
You had to learn all the songs on what?
Guitar.
Exactly.
I knew him on drums. I knew him on drums. I played him live on drums.
I know.
And stuff.
You had to learn all the guitars.
I had to transcribe yours and Steve's solos from that time by ear, no tabs. And yeah, well, now it's done. So the official status on the album is all guitar done, solos done, drums done, bass done, everything done. And vocals, we have like 4 or 5 songs left to do. And I've been in constant contact with Joe, getting ready. I just have to get everything set up at the new house. And then we're going to hammer it out. We're going to finish it. As soon as it's done and we finish that album, it's going to get released everywhere I can possibly get it released for free. Because every single person that's ever heard our name, everybody that went to a show, everybody that ever believed in us, ever saw us as what we tried to be seen as, a professional standout band in this area that really tried to bring something different to the table and show people that like you can make a name for yourself purely on like musicianship, making a band where there's no compromise in any direction, we really, really hard tried to never compromise one note and one move we made. And we owe it to everybody. We owe it to everyone. I owe it to everyone to give them the album we should have given them 2-3 years ago, They deserve, the fans deserved it years ago. So they're going to get it. I will make sure they get it at all costs.
Great.
So,
I think we can close on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome.
So
I will be keeping everybody updated with that. Yeah. I want to know the details of the release for that.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Yes,
and I'm sure it's going to be digital. That. I'm sure it's going to be a digital release because it's easier to do.
That's fine. That's fine. That's a conversation for another day with the digital release. Yeah. Yes, and we'll keep everybody updated on that. You need to hear it. You need to hear it. I've been playing that fucking thing. I played it for 1.5 years. That is the record for the ages. So, okay, that's the Spire Riffcast. These are the show updates we have. Wednesday, May 27th in Syracuse at the Lost Horizon.
Next week.
We are with The Contortionist, Sean, Aris, Thoughts in Reverse. Doors at 6 p.m. Please get there early. We want you guys to see us. We're opening. It's $14 pre-sale, and it's all ages. Saturday, June 6th, we are in Hannibal. It's Trish Stock.
Really?
Yes, Dave, we're in Hannibal. There are a ton of bands on this. So pre-sales are normally $25. We're running them at $15. Yes, Walmart prices. Friday, June 12th in Lafargeville. It's west of Watertown. Is it west, Zach? I said west last time. It's west of Watertown, I believe.
I'll have to fact check that one.
It's considered Watertown, but it's west of Watertown, the Fargeville. Fun on the Farm. It's we're on day 1, and that's with Glass Skeleton and Chasing Cicaras. And we actually, I'm gonna say this date. It's we're not officially releasing it yet, but we're going to do a ghetto release. It's Friday, June 26th in Auburn. We're very excited about it, so we have to say it. We're going to be at Susie's Tavern, and there's more details coming soon. And that's looking like the last show before we do this fucking album, okay? So it's going to be the last show before we do the album. All tickets, what's that?
which, by the way, we were going to talk about that earlier, but that's the only reason I'm actually here right now is to help you guys do pre-production for this album you're about to record. We skipped that wicked hard. But
That's okay.
So that's why I'm here, guys. We figured when me and
It's
Pat
the
get together-
Drunkcast. It's the Drunkcast.
When me and Pat get together,
Frig-Cast.
we gotta do a podcast. That's the way it is. But I'm here for the next couple days to help with the pre-production for the new album.
Yes.
And it's gonna be a nasty album.
Dave
so
is helping
be
out
ready.
with the album there. He's getting some sweet guitar tones. He already got some for us today, and we're gonna be running hardcore on it tomorrow. This is the Memorial Weekend, so we're running shit
Getting work done, man.
pretty hardcore here. So yeah, but all your tickets
I need
can
you.
be ordered from spiremetal.bandcamp.com/merch. All right. That's the Riffcast. Questions or comments, please email us at spirenymetal@gmail.com. For bonus material from these conversations, there's going to be a lot of it this time, and more
Oh, yeah.
updates on what we have going on. You can join our mailing list by going to spire.fanbridge.com. That's FANBRIDGE for those who can't spell. Spire.fanbridge.com. Thanks for listening, and see you at the show.
Yeah, frig off.